Hello everyone, in this video we will understand formatting a document, how to format a document in MS Word. So basically we should understand what do we mean by the term formatting. Formatting means changing the general appearance of a text in the document. Now what is that general appearance? Like we are changing the font, we are changing the size of the text, we are highlighting the characters, we are adjusting the line spacing, we are changing the case like sentence case, lowercase, uppercase, capitalize each word, toggle case, then how to set the tabs, margins, borders and shading, how to align the text. So these are all come under the formatting. So let us understand one by one. So the very first thing is that we should understand that in the home tab and in the font group these features are available. So the first feature, as you can see here, is the font face feature, isn't it? So this is used to change the font of the selected text. The shortcut key is Control plus Shift plus F, and when we select some text, let's say this is the text and we are selecting a particular word or a group of words and we are clicking on this font option. So from here we can choose any type of font. Like you can see, the font will get changed. Now the next thing is font size. Adjacent to it is the size. So by default the size of the font is 11 and you can increase or decrease as per your requirement. So when I will drop down icon, I will click on it, then I can change it. Now the next one, A is written. Now first option is grow font. Shortcut key is Control plus greater than sign, and the next option is shrink font. The shortcut key is Control plus less than sign. See here, I can show you. First of all, I have selected the text. Now I am pressing this option. Either press this option or press Control plus greater than option. So what will happen? The size of the text will become larger, isn't it? Like this. Now similarly, if you press this option, the size of the selected text becomes smaller. Now the next important point is how to change the color of the text. So this is the option, font color. With this option, first of all you have to select the text, then by choosing any color in this option, font color of the text will get changed like this, as you can see. Now let's come to the important topic, that is how to change the text case, right? So basically there are 5 change case options: sentence case, lowercase, uppercase, capitalize each word and toggle case. So let us understand what are these and how they can be implemented. Now the first one is sentence case. So basically what is sentence case? In sentence case, like generally you write the sentence, that is the first alphabet of first word in a sentence will be capital, isn't it? So this thing will be there in sentence case. Like as you can see, there are so many sentences in the paragraph. So the first word, first alphabet is in capital, rest other alphabets are in small. So this is known as sentence case. Now how can you convert a sentence or a group of words into the sentence case? First of all, select it. Then after selecting it, what you have to do? You have to go to this option, that is in the home tab, font group. This AA option is there, which is known as change case option. Click on the drop down arrow and choose the sentence case. As you can see, no change happens because the text is already in sentence case. Let's say, let us write few things in capital. When you will write few words in capital or small or a mixture of that, and when you select it and when you choose this sentence case, now you can see the difference, isn't it? Now the next one is lowercase. So whenever you will select the text and convert it into lowercase, then what will happen? All the alphabets, no matter the starting alphabet, ending alphabet, but all the alphabets will be converted into small case, that is the lower case, right? So this is known as lower case. Now the opposite to it is the uppercase. What uppercase will do? It will convert the selected text into the uppercase like this. See here, it will convert the selected text into the capital alphabets. Now the next is capitalize each word. As the name suggests, capitalize each word means that it changes the first character of each selected word to uppercase. Suppose I have selected few words or a few sentences, then what will happen? When you will choose this option, that is the capitalize each word, then what will happen? That every word first character will be changed into capital like this. So this is capitalize each word. Now the last but not the least is toggle case. Now what is toggle case? Toggle case converts the case of every selected character in the reverse manner. Suppose the selected text is in small, so it will be converted into capital. The selected text is in capital, so it will be converted into small. Means if it is in small, it will be converted into capital. If it is capital, it will be converted into small like this. See here. So this is the example of toggle case. Now let us quickly understand subscript and superscript option. So basically subscript option places the selected text slightly below the baseline and makes it appear smaller than the rest of the text. How it will do? Let us understand. In the subscript option, suppose if we want to write the formula of water. So the formula of water is H2O. Then select the 2 because 2 should be below the baseline as per the formula. Then go to home tab. In the font group itself there is this option, that is the subscript, and the shortcut key is Control plus is equal to, right? You can press it from the keyboard also or choose this option. So what will happen? Like as you can see, 2 has become slightly below the baseline, so this is subscript. Opposite to it is the superscript. What it does, it places the selected text slightly above the baseline. Suppose if I want to write the formula a square and I want that square, that is the 2, should come upwards. So how can I do it? I can do it with this option, that is the superscript option. The shortcut key is Control plus Shift plus plus. Means 3 keys you have to press, Control, Shift and plus, right? Whenever you will press these 3 keys, then what will happen? The superscript function will occur like this, as you can see. Now let us understand indenting paragraphs. The indenting feature is used to move the complete paragraph or the first line to a specific number of spaces between the left or right margins. Now let us understand how to do it. First of all, select the paragraph to be indented like this. Then after selecting, click on the increase indent button. Where it is found, it is in the home tab and paragraph group. Now the selected text will shift half inches away from the left margin, as you can see. The more you click on the increase indent button, the more the selected text will be shifted half inches away from the left margin. And opposite is the work of decrease indent. What it will do? When you will press decrease indent button, then the selected text will be shifted half inches closer to the left margin like this. Okay, now let us understand that how to use the indent markers on the rulers. For that, you have to see on the horizontal ruler bar. Now on this there are 2 points, as you can see. The first one at the top, it is known as first line indent. What it is known as? First line indent. Okay, so when I will move the first line indent by placing the cursor on the starting of any paragraph, then what will happen? The first line of the paragraph will be shifted to that much places wherever I will move this first line indent on the horizontal bar. Now the next is hanging indent. When I will adjust the hanging indent, then what will happen? First line will remain intact at the original position and the remaining lines of the paragraph will move towards left or right as per we do, right? Now let us understand how to modify the default indent settings. So for that, go to page layout tab. Now there is the paragraph group dialog box launcher in the paragraph group. So when we will click on it, one dialog box will get open like this, as you can see. Now you can change the left and right indentation. Also in the special box, see here, when I click on the drop down icon, first line, hanging and none, 3 options are there. First line means that only first line will move, the rest of the lines of the paragraph will remain intact. And hanging, what is the meaning of hanging? That the remaining lines of the paragraph will move and the first line will remain intact. So I will show you one by one how it can be done. And in the by option, what will happen? In the by option, whatever exact size you will specify, so that much points it will be, the paragraph will be shifted at that much point, like this, as you can see. Now the next topic is aligning the text. As you know, there are 4 types of alignments: left align, right align, center align and justify. All the 4 alignments will work on whatever text you will select. Now the shortcut key for left aligned is Ctrl plus L, shortcut key for right align is Ctrl plus R, shortcut key for center alignment is Ctrl plus, as you can see here in the home tab it is there. It is not Ctrl plus C, it is Ctrl plus E. Okay, Ctrl plus C is the shortcut key for copy. Ctrl plus E is the shortcut key for center alignment. And last but not the least is justify. That means Ctrl plus J is the shortcut key. Now, let us understand vertical text alignment. Vertical text alignment, it aligns the text with respect to the top and bottom margins of a page. So to align the text vertically, what we have to do, we have to go to the page layout tab. Then in the page setup group, this page setup dialog box launcher will get opened. Then in the layout section, there is an option of vertical alignment. In the vertical alignment list box, we can click on the desired option, whatever we want to choose, and we can apply it. Also, we can apply it to the selected text or to the whole document as per our requirement. Now let us understand how to add the borders to a paragraph. In order to add the borders to a paragraph, first of all, select the paragraph. After selecting the paragraph, click on the home tab. Then there is a borders option. Click on it in the paragraph group itself. Then choose the borders and shading option. In that, borders and shading dialog box will appear like this. Then you can click on the box option. You can change the style, 2 lines, 3 lines, 4 lines. Then you can change the color. Also, you can change the width of the border, and you can press the OK button. As you can see, the border will be applied to the selected paragraph, and whatever color you will choose, that it will be applied. And if you want to remove the border, what you have to do, again go to that option, again click on the borders option, click on the none option this time and click on OK. Then the border which you have applied will be removed from there. Now let us understand how to apply the shading to the paragraph. So select it, then again follow the same steps. Open the borders and shading dialog box, and in the shading section this time you can choose what the color, desired color, and that particular color shading will be applied to your text. Now let us understand bullets and numbering. Basically, bullets and numbering, it is a small graphic symbol that makes an item in a list. So we can format the list by using the bullets and numbering option. Whatever is the list, select it. If you have typed the list before, then select the list and choose this option, that is the bullets and numbering option. And then whatever bullet you will choose in the given options, that will be applied. Now suppose if you want to make a symbol as a bullet, then what to do? So for that, what you have to do is, first of all, select the list, then click on the drop down arrow next to the bullets button in the paragraph group of home tab. Then select the define new bullet. This is the option where you can make the symbol as a bullet, that is the define new bullet. Then what you have to do, click on the symbol button and the symbol dialog box will appear like this, and you can choose any symbol now from this list of symbols and simply click on OK button. Now you can see, as you click on OK button, then it will appear, the symbol will appear, and also that symbol will appear in the bullet and number list also. Now you can choose it from there also. Now the next is how to format a page. That is the first thing, is how to change the page size. Like suppose there are different sizes of paper on which you want to take the printout of whatever text you have written in MS Word. So for that, go to page layout tab, go to size option. Then there are different options, letter, legal, envelope, etc. More pages sizes options are also there, etc. So what you have to do is simply choose the option, whatever paper on whatever size of paper you want to get the printout. these options are also available whenever you will press Ctrl plus P option. There also you can change the paper size. Now next is page orientation. As you know, there are two types of orientation. One is portrait, another one is landscape. So horizontal orientation of the document, horizontal orientation of a document is known as landscape, and vertical orientation of a document is known as portrait. Now the next one is margins option. The distance between the written text and the edge of the paper is called margin. There are different margins: top margin, bottom margin, left margin and right margin. Now how to change these margins, that is important, how to set these margins. So for that you can do it from the horizontal ruler like this. You can change the margins. Also there are other options also, like in page layout tab there is the option of margins. From that you can customize the margins: normal 1 inches from all the sides, in narrow 0.5 inches from all the sides, and there are different margins as you can see. If you click on custom margins option, then you can provide the number of the margin as per your requirement like this. Now the next is how to insert the page break. So in order to insert the page break means moving the text towards the new page, means page break option. It is one of the important feature of MS Word, and it allows us to insert a break in the page and moves the cursor to the new page. Means whatever text is there after your cursor, that will be moved to a new page. So for that, one shortcut key is there, Ctrl plus Enter. And how you can do it manually, you have to go to the page layout tab, then click on the breaks option. A drop down list appears, then select the page option. Like this you can do. Also if you go to the insert tab, then you can click on the page break option from the page group. So it is similar to choosing a new page, and Ctrl plus Enter, I have told that it is the shortcut key to take a new page.